Welcome back, y'all. To everybody that's here, thank y'all for 100 subscribers. Yes, we're gonna try to reach farther than that, hit 200 subscribers, 300, 400, try to hit 1,000 by, I don't know, maybe next year. But yes, I've been gone for a little bit, but I'm back now. As you can see, change of scenery. I moved, had a lot of things going on with school and everything like that, but we're back now, and we're gonna start pushing these videos out every week. So first video to talk about, we're gonna talk about Canelo versus Berlanga. That result, obviously, I'm going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the fight that's happening this weekend, Joshua versus Dubois, and I'm excited for that one. And then on top of that, we're also going to talk about some other things as far as, what happened in the other fights that happened on that card. So without further ado, let's get started with that. All right, so before we get into the main event, let's talk about Danny Garcia versus Erislandy Lara. Danny Garcia was moving up to 160 pounds to go fight Erislandy Lara, which was a tough task because if anybody has been watching Erislandy Lara lately, Southpaw, 41-year-old, doesn't look like he's 41 at all. And then on top of that, coming off of a 4-fight knockout streak, bro. And then Danny Garcia, who coming off of a major layoff, his last fight was kind of mid. He fought Benavidez his last fight, which was should have got him out of there. And me being a Puerto Rican, I want to go, I'm going for Danny Garcia, But if anybody watched that fight, oh my God, I'm sorry. I think it's time for Danny Garcia to retire. All right, he did not look good. He ended up losing by TKO. His dad stopped the fight. He was just taking too many punches later on in the fight. It was obviously, for the people that were watching, they were kind of bored, obviously booing and everything like that, because it was a much more technical fight. And if anybody knows about Erislandy Lara, they know this guy is not easy to fight, bro. Canelo had trouble with him. Everybody was saying that he lost that fight against Erislandy Lara, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying either or, but at the same time, come on, man. That guy's at 41 years old, still looking nice with it too, and he proved it, man. I had Lara winning the fight. I was going for Garcia, but I talked about it in my podcast with a couple of my friends and everything like that. That I don't think anybody at 160 beats Lara. All right, unless Crawford goes up to 160 maybe, but then again, power. So yeah, I think Danny Garcia should retire. He didn't look that good at all. He looked tentative. He looked scared. Not scared, but like tentative, and as the fight got later on, Lara was just turning it up and really putting it on him. So yeah, now let's talk about Plant versus McCumbee. Now, I don't think we should see a Plant versus Canelo 2. I don't see that happening. Although Plant did knock out McCumbee, and towards the end of the fight, he was landing every punch that man threw. He was landing on McCumbee's face, body, everything. As the fight kept going, Plant just looked way better. And obviously, with him having gas tank issues, he looked. Gas tank didn't look like it was an issue. You know what I mean? But then again, it was a guy. Even though McCumbee was undefeated, this was the biggest test that McCumbee had ever faced. You know what I mean? So I'd like to see it against somebody big in the division. Like, I'd like to see him in Berlanga, or him in Munguia, or him in Pacheco, and see how that goes. Because I still think Plant is still really top of the division, but I mean, I don't think he beats Canelo. I still think, because earlier in the fight, he did get rocked by McCumbee and he dropped. Now they said one of the punches came off the shoulder and he got dropped, which is all right, cool. That's fine. But he did get rocked. And if anybody was watching that fight, he got rocked bad. And thank God the bell rung for him. So yeah, I think again, chin is a little questionable, but gas tank didn't look like an issue. And I think that was his biggest problem going into that first Canelo fight. Now let's talk about Canelo versus Berlanga. Obviously, yo soy Boricua, so I'm going for Berlanga, obviously. And I think it was a damn good fight. I think obviously there were so many holes in Berlanga's game. One being, I don't think he had the experience level to be able to mix it up with Canelo. Canelo just had too many weapons, too many things in his arsenal to be able for Berlanga to be able to weather the storm. Obviously, in the third round, I think in about a minute 50, he got knocked down with the left hook by Canelo. I don't think he really was hurt. It was more like a flash knockdown. As you can see, he got right back up, and then for the rest of the fight, he brought it to Canelo, and there was some dirty stuff in there, from both Canelo and Berlanga. Canelo holding him down, Berlanga throwing low blow shots, a bunch of stuff. But I mean, it's gonna get chippy when you have like a rivalry like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I don't think it took away from the fight either. I think if anything, that chippiness brought a bigger intensity in the fight. And I love that Berlanga, out of all the fighters, I honestly, and this may be the Puerto Rican in me, and I know Cesar Chavez was talking earlier saying that we talk a lot. Listen, man, why? Like, I'm a boxer myself. Like, if I got a chance to fight Canelo, I'm not gonna sit here and kiss this man's ass in the press conferences and try to like, oh, thank you for the opportunity and everything like that. This is yeah, blah blah blah. No, bro, like, we're about to throw hands. I don't like you. I don't respect you right now, bro. Everybody signed on the dotted line. It's official, bro. We're gonna throw hands. Like, I'm gonna talk my shit. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, thank you so much. Oh my God, it's a blessing to be able to fight this guy as experienced as Canelo. Like, no, no, bro. I'm coming at your ass and I'm talking some smack. And I loved how Berlanga was coming up to, to the Mexican fans. Probably wasn't everybody was all pissed off and everything like that. And to the fans of Canelo that are gonna probably come at me in the comments, yeah, it's not how you're supposed. I don't give a damn. All right, bro, y'all about to fight. I'm not saying say something bad about his mama or I'm gonna bang your wife or some shit like that. But bro, talk your shit. Talk your shit, bro. Like, y'all about to fight. I'm not afraid of you. Like, who? Like, come on. And I like that, bro. So I didn't think Berlanga had it in him to be able to stop Canelo. I stated in my podcast, which eventually will come out here pretty soon, that he lacked the experience to be able to, change up certain tactics while fighting with Canelo. As you can, for those that know a little bit about boxing, you can tell Berlanga had about like 2 or 3 different combinations up his arsenal. He was only throwing about 2 punch combinations at a time. The whole fight, I'm screaming, throw a damn uppercut, throw an uppercut, because Canelo keeps leaning in. And granted, again, easier said than done when you're fighting in the ring, but when he did throw it, it landed. So he was throwing a lot of 1s and 2s, a lot of left hook 2s and everything like that. And yeah, when he landed that 2, it moved Canelo. And again, for all those Canelo fans that are gonna attack me in the comments, you didn't have nothing for him, bro. When Berlanga landed, he moved Canelo. Granted, it wasn't enough to win on the cards or to stop Canelo or anything like that, but you can tell this guy Berlanga has mad power. Everybody knows that, and obviously he proved that some, because if you look at Canelo's face, their faces tell 2 different stories. Yeah, Canelo won that fight, outboxed him, outthrew him, outlanded him, and all that. He gave him a boxing lesson. But when that man Berlanga landed, he moved Canelo, and honestly, after this fight, I honestly didn't think Berlanga could beat Munguia or Pacheco or Benavidez, or Plant. But after this fight, I don't think anybody got the power to stop Berlanga. I don't think Munguia got it for him too, because if you compare both their fights, and granted, harder to compare fighters off of one fighter they fought, but if you look at their fights, both of them were dropped. But Munguia, after his gas tank gave out, was on the back foot for the rest of the fight. And I'm not saying that Berlanga wasn't on the back foot, but I'm saying that you could tell that Berlanga had more mustard in his punches than Munguia did when he fought Canelo. And I think that fight should be next. Munguia's about to fight here pretty soon. I think they should fight next. Either that or Plant versus Berlanga. Because I think Berlanga, with how he looked against Benavidez, I don't think he's got the chin to be able to withstand a Berlanga 2 or a Berlanga hook or upper or anything like that, because it is obvious Berlanga has knockout power. So after that fight, I became more of a fan of Berlanga. And you know what? I honestly think the best of the division don't have anything, can hold a candle to his power, and that is the great equalizer when it comes to all that. I think if he fought somebody like Plant, he'll be boxing until that tank gives way, and then Berlanga is gonna put it on him. And that'll be all she wrote. Same with Munguia. Munguia, that's going to be a lot more toe-to-toe, but I don't think Munguia has the experience like Canelo has to be able to put Berlanga on the back foot. I think Munguia is going to have to move more, because I don't think he's going to be able to stop that long 2 that Berlanga was throwing, because he was landing that long 2 the whole fight, just wasn't throwing it enough, wasn't mixing up his combinations to be able to stop Canelo from doing what he wanted to. Because and then on top of that, Berlanga proved he got a chin like a mother effer, bro, because Canelo landed some clean ass punches, bro, and Berlanga ate the MFers and then talked this smack after, bro. So I got to give it to him that Berlanga definitely like upped his status after that fight. You know what I mean? And honestly, I would love to see that again. All right, yeah, Canelo fans and everybody's gonna attack me in the comments, but I honestly think I was a much enjoyable main event fight. I loved every second of it. I was even though I knew Berlanga was losing and I knew it was gonna be complete unanimous decision to Canelo, Berlanga made the shit interesting. I think he had the best recipe to be able to stop, to fight. I just think he lacked experience. He needed more experience. I think Berlanga, circa 3 years from now, if Canelo didn't age and stayed the same he was right now, and Berlanga 3 years from now, and I know, yes, it's a reach, but I think Berlanga has the best ability outside of Benavidez. I think what's next for Canelo is that he's got maybe 2 fights left. I think he's cleared out the division. I don't think you wait for that Pacheco fight. Although I do think Pacheco is nice, I don't think he's got the status. Like, why would you even fight this guy? You've cleared out all the top #1 contenders in the division outside of Benavidez. So that leads me into this. I think Canelo's going to go up to 175. I think his next fight will be either the winner of Bivol versus Beterbiev. If Bivol wins, I think he's going to be the first one in line asking to fight Bivol, because it'll be for all the belts at 175. 2-3-time undisputed? 2-time undisputed in 2 different weight classes? Yeah, I think at that point, he retires at that point. So if that happens, I think, if Beterbiev wins, which I don't think, before I get attacked as well, I don't think Beterbiev will be able to stop Bivol's boxing, although he can turn your chin into dust. But I think if Beterbiev wins, I think he'll fight Benavidez, and then whoever wins that fight will fight Bivol next. Because Benavidez right now is the mandatory and interim champion for the WBC belt, and in line to fight next. So at some point, all futures align with either a fight with Bivol or a fight with Benavidez, and either one I'm happy with. If you were to beat Benavidez and ride off in the sunset, I ain't mad at that. You know what? You shut me the hell up, because I've been calling for that Benavidez fight since 2020, 2021. Every time I say that, I get attacked by Canelo fans talking about it. Hey, he doesn't need to fight Benavidez, blah, 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 blah. Shut up. I don't really care. He needs to fight Benavidez. Either that or go get his one back from Bivol. And depending on how that fight goes, maybe we see a trilogy or we see him right off into the sunset. If he loses, I think he retires after. Or no, I don't think so. He's not gonna end his career on a loss, I don't think. I wouldn't want to end my career on a loss, especially with a guy with the status of Canelo. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's how that fight kind of turns out. Lastly, we're gonna go straight in. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for Joshua and Dubois, because the fight is tomorrow. I like Dubois. I think his fight against Usyk was really nice. For those questioning that knockdown, whether it was a low blow or not, I still think he did good against Usyk. And Dubois has been fighting pretty good lately, but I just don't think he got enough to stop Joshua, bro. That boy is on a tear lately, boy. He is not playing games, and I think he will win this belt, and then he'll challenge Usyk or Fury, which I think Usyk beats Fury in December. Again, and I think he knocks him out this time. I'm claiming that right now. I think he knocks him out, because Fury got away. Fury got saved and got away with that one. I'm pretty sure, so they could set up the next fight, but I think Usyk gonna get him this next one. I think Fury's gonna retire, and then depending on how Usyk goes, he's either gonna fight Joshua one more time, trilogy, or he's just gonna ride off in the sunset, But I would like to see him fight. Usyk again. So yeah, that's my prediction on that fight. And then on top of that, we got some more videos coming out. Again, I'm sorry for being so late. It's been a long time for those who subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everything you've done. We finally hit 100 subscribers, and we're not done, man. We're gonna keep on doing this, and we're gonna keep posting content out as far as boxing. And now we're also gonna start posting sports content as well. And I may even start getting into commentary as well. And we'll branch out into other stuff. And then lastly, we'll I have my podcast coming out soon. But I'm not sure if I want to post it on this channel or if I'm gonna be making another channel for that. Well, that'll be tentative, and you'll see in the future. I'll make an announcement. So for everybody that's been here and subscribed, I appreciate you. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.